Today's Inspire to Thrive focus is on education, so we're featuring Baltimore Youth Rowing. They are a community-based rowing program serving students in the Baltimore metro area. Their program is devoted to teaching middle and high school age children basic physical fitness, how to be a student athlete, and water safety. They work hard to bring the socioeconomic diversity of the Baltimore community to the sport of rowing. We will now hear from their Director of Youth Rowing, Karen Shackelford.
I'm Karen Shackelford. I'm the Director of Youth Rowing here at Baltimore Community Rowing. I've been a coach for 17 years. I have lived in the Baltimore area pretty much my entire life. I was a college rower. The opportunity came available to come to Baltimore Community Rowing as their Director of Youth Rowing. And I had seen the program in operation for a really long time, was really impressed with the community outreach that the program did, and really fell in love with the mission of the program, and so decided to sign on about a year and a half ago. So Baltimore Community Rowing provides programs for both adults and junior athletes, so middle school and high school level athletes. We are community-based. We offer an outreach program for Baltimore City Public Schools called Reach High Baltimore. We offer year-round programming, so from everything from learn to row for people who've never done it before to experience competitive rowing. And every size boat from single boats all the way up to 8-person shells. Our middle school program, they're focused on developmental. They're focused on really, learning to love the water, learning to hone their general athletic skills. Our high school program is a little bit more competitive focused. We are a community program, so we accept anybody who wants to be here. But, our general underlying principle is, working hard at being the best athlete that you can be and to really compete and race. That's the focus of the high school program. We do a lot of travel, regional and national and local travel to compete. Those competitions are whole day-long adventures for these kids, which is amazing. It gives them a great opportunity to travel and see other places. So there are a lot of lessons that are kind of inherent in the sport of rowing, and rowing in and of itself is somewhat of education in teamwork. Kids have to come here when we're operating out of team boats and really work together. There's no superstars, there's no standouts. If you have 8 rowers in a boat, everybody's working toward the same goal. Reach High Baltimore was formed in 2011 really as a program to diversify our community here. We operate within neighborhoods in Baltimore City. We wanted to make sure that our organization and our membership within our organization reflected, the socioeconomic demographics of the community. So that has been a main focus of outreach of Reach High and of Baltimore Community Rowing, and really drove my interest in getting involved here. So COVID-19 has had a really big impact on the programs here at BCR. Our boathouse is owned by Baltimore City Rec and Parks. It was shut down on March 17th and remained shut down until early July. So right now our programming, where we would normally have 70 kids on the water or 30, 40 adults on the water in a practice in team boats, we're really in kind of a limited capacity, limited mode right now. So we've moved a lot of our programming to a virtual space on the middle school and high school side, but we will be launching in small pods for kind of the conceivable future. So the Black Lives Matter movement was really a turning point for the sport of rowing. Rowing has long been kind of a pay-to-play sport. It has been prevalent in white communities. It has been prevalent in private schools and prep schools, and there's a pretty high cost associated with participating in the sport. Black Lives Matter movement has really, I think, recentered everybody's attention in the rowing community on making sure that there is access for diverse populations in the sport. It really, for us, for Reach High Rowing, we are 45 to 50% rowers of color. That is unique out in the community. When we go out and we travel, we are kind of a conspicuous team because of our diverse population that's in our program. And we have really started to become more of a national model for what diversity within rowing can look like. We're positioning ourselves in that way in the greater U.S. rowing community to really be leaders in terms of offering opportunities to underrepresented populations in the sport of rowing. As part of our program at Reach High, we take our kids usually annually on college visits. If we are traveling, we try to find a connection where we can stop in at a college and get them introduced to just what college life looks like. And we really talk to our kids as if they were scholar athletes. We want them to understand that there's a time commitment involved in rowing. There is a time commitment involved in school, and there's a balance there that we want them to strike. So our vision here at BCR is always that the kids come in and that they have a safe place to be here. We want them to feel like this is a place where they can come and they can kind of leave behind their worries from home or their worries from school and be part of something that's bigger than themselves, and learn accountability and teamwork and all of those things that go into being a student athlete. My favorite things, I think, about being a coach is really connecting with my students and building those personal relationships. I always look forward to that with my kids, is building that lifelong connection and having them understand that they have, a home here at BCR, even after they graduate.
Breaking Boundaries and IIDA MAC are proud to share that we are donating $300 to Baltimore Youth Rowing.